I don't even know what we do with that, but, we can't look away.
By the way, here's the indisputable fact. I mean, first of all, he's never seen a conspiracy theory that he doesn't lend credence to. The thing we do know, and we know everything about 9/11, is 15 of the 19 hijackers were Saudis. I mean, we've never actually punished them in a way that we probably should. And certainly the 9/11 families are very aware that the Saudis were part of it. I want to go to your point, Paul, which was really good, which we will engage with. But this idea that Democrats have somehow ceded to Republicans patriotism, the flag, military service is a problem. And I've been talking about it. Wes Moore has been talking about it for many years. I mean, we Democrats need to bring back those values to the party, to talk about the importance of service, the importance of military service, the flag, all of those things. I mean, and you have a guy in Trump who never has done anything of public interest or for the country his whole life till he ran for president, who now wraps himself in that. That's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a bigger issue. I think that this is a national security issue. We keep talking about Trump like he's Bob Dole. We need to talk about Trump like he's Muqtada al-Sadr, okay? This is not just a political story. He is galvanizing, motivating, and mobilizing millions of people who are angry, who have deep animosity, and have guns. And he's pointed them at places before, and he could point them at places again. This isn't just about whether he wins the nomination. This is about whether he continues to mobilize people to overthrow our government.
Which is still his message.
Yes.
And this
out in the open.
There was a warning yesterday. DHS issued a warning yesterday. We blew up our show. We spent 20 minutes on it. I haven't seen, why didn't the Democrats go to the steps of the Capitol and say, we now have a target list? The Department of Homeland Security has developed evidence that says that the threatened people and places in America include LGBTQ community, include government buildings and institutions, includes everybody that Donald Trump and Trumpists and Trump allies attack day after day after day after day, to your point, largely with conspiracy theories.
I'm not holding my breath for the Democrats to win this for America. I mean, I think most Americans aren't. I think that's why more and more people are leaving.
The alternative is Trump.
No, well, the alternative is other people involved in this conversation beyond the elected leaders from what I call the two-party duopoly that's gotten us into this. Now, they're not the same, okay? But we keep hoping that the Democrats are going to step up and meet the moment. We keep hoping that they're going to redefine patriotism. We keep hoping they're going to define Trump. Well, they're not the only players on this battlefield. And I think independents and unaffiliated are part of it, but I think it's people who haven't conventionally been in politics. Most Americans aren't going to listen to Joe Biden anymore. They're not going to listen to Nancy Pelosi anymore, but they might listen to the new chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, C.Q. Brown. They might listen to retired generals or people outside of politics, and they have got to get in this discussion and help us reach more people.
But I have to say, though, I once upon a time would have agreed with that when the duopoly was two parties that basically accepted normative politics and were basically patriotic. But when you have one party now, which is using conspiracy theories to motivate people to rise up against the government.
To plot a coup.
It's like then who's ever in opposition has to be given credibility, and you have to vote for them. I mean,
they have to earn your credibility. Right? They don't get it by default. And the reality is that many people in this country are Democrat by default. And what I see, when I talked about it, 49% of veterans are unaffiliated and independent. 60% of young people are unaffiliated and independent. They are checking out and they're saying none of the above. And what they're looking for is leadership. They're looking for leadership that can transcend party. They're not holding their breath for the next Democrat to come up or for Joe Biden for another term. That's the truth that happens off of cable news and in the heart of America, in my view.
But what I would say to those people who are independents is the bar is pretty low for Democrats to be approved of. It's like, I'm not supporting insurrection against the United States. I'm not supporting a default that will hurt every single wallet of every single American. That isn't too hard.
Yeah, but I think what Paul is saying is to turn them into people who may or may not agree with you and to people who actually go out and vote for you is a whole different undertaking. And if you're not asking the question, you're part of the problem.